Alright, I've learned my lesson, expert mode. Not a good idea. Just not gonna do it. It's fine to not play expert. But I do want to actually win against Dark Beast using Kurt Wagner, aka Nightcrawler. And this time I've changed it up to use Aggression instead, because I did have a theory that you could probably just rush down Dark Beast pretty effectively. It wouldn't be a problem, basically is what I'm saying. And I think that Nightcrawler could actually do pretty well in Aggression. So I'm going to try him out in Aggression versus Dark Beast. So let us roll to see which of the environment we are starting with. 1 to 4 is going to be this one, 5 to 8 is Savage Land, and 9 to 12 is Genosha on the D12, and that rolled off the table. Let's try that again. That's going to be a 9 to 12 for Genosha. Always with Genosha. Okay. So Genosha is our environment, Dark Beast gains steady, and every time he attacks he places 1 threat on the main scheme, which I don't have a lot of thwarting with Kurt Wagner. Not at least in the deck that I've built. When revealed, reveal a set-aside environment and shuffle the rest into the encounter set, and I do not reveal a card. That's only for Dark Beast 2 and 3. Alright, so I don't reveal a card, I don't start with any attachments, so the encounter deck is done. For the player deck, what I'm thinking is just don't play any upgrades, just go straight for the kill, except for a couple of them. One of them being air cover and another one being target spotter. Yeah, target spotter is the one I'm thinking of, because Dark Beast has quite a few minions, and I would like to be able to get the healing stuff. Suppressing Fire, that's what it's called. Suppressing Fire when the minions come out, so that when I kill the minions, I can defeat them without flipping over, because flipping over in Aggression against Dark Beast, not a great idea. He only has 1 main scheme, and every time he attacks, he's gonna get 1 more in the main scheme. So I don't want to ever flip over, basically, unless I get the 1 card. What was it, like Rapid Teleportation or something like that? Plus, I need the... Don't have it in my hand. I really want that 1 card, the Target Spotter, to deal with Quick Strike from the Pursued by the Past, because Azazel will F me up. Like, he's gonna F me up, so I need to get that out too. So what do I want to do? I don't need to play Spider-Girl at the moment, because I don't have a minion. I don't need Tally-Ho, because I don't have a Bamf on anyone. Don't need this, because there's no Bamf on anyone. Or there's no minion. I want to play the Tail. I could play Clobber. Shark Girl is a possibility. Could I do... What if I did 2 for Clobber? Clobber comes back into my hand. I do 2 more for Shark Girl, and that leaves me with nothing to play the Tail with. So I guess I'm not playing Shark Girl, unless I just don't play Clobber. I could just choose not to play Clobber. That's a fine choice. Let's discard these 4 cards. Yeah, these 4 cards. And draw another 4, and then... Hey, I got a Clobber back. And then search for a... Bamf to add to my hand. Kurt Wagner's once per turn or once per round ability. Action, search your deck for a copy of Bamf and add it to your hand, limit once per round. Then let's switch over to hero form because I have nothing else to do in Alter Ego, and let's figure out our new course of action because I see Kurt's cutlasses in here, which is very, very good. Alright, let's use the... Well, can I use Clobber? Let's figure this out. Clobber comes back into my hand, use Clobber and take that for Kurt's cutlasses, and then use Bamf, Shark Girl to pay for the tail. Good enough. Okay, so energy to play for Clobber, dealing 3 damage to Dark Beast, and he does not have Retaliate, so that's 3 damage right off the bat to Dark Beast. Clobber comes back into my hand as the first card I've played this turn, using Clobber and take that for Kurt's cutlasses. This counts as 2 restricted cards, and I get +1 attack, +1 defense, and +1 and Retaliate. Followed by putting Bamf on the Dark Beast and using Shark Girl to pay for the tail. So now I am basically built up. This is... I mean, I still have some aggression cards that... I still have the stuff that boosts my attack, but this is basically built up for me. Drawing... Oh, Nightcrawler will also attack Dark Beast for 2, because I now have +1 attack, so that's going to be up to 5 damage for Dark Beast out of 15. Drawing back up to 5, I have a Power of Aggression and nothing to pay for it with, but I do have a Tally-Ho. Okay, so main scheme is going to get 1, and then Dark Beast is going to attack, putting 1 more on it, and I'm going to use my Bamf to defend without exhausting. He's attacking for 2 + 2, and I have 4 defense thanks to my cutlasses, so I take no damage, and he's going to take 1 retaliate damage. Oh, and when he does that, I am going to use my Prehensile Tail to bring the Bamf back into my hand. Haha. Followed by a face-down card. First face-down card, oh, only face-down card, hopefully, it's going to be Magistrate. Patrol, when defeated, the defeating player finds Escaped Mutant and attaches it to their identity. They don't have guard, so I can't just keep attacking him. Oh, Tally-Ho should not be in my hand. Okay, I was like, why do I have 6 cards in my hand? Tally-Ho should not be in my hand. To be completely honest, I'm kind of thinking that I just do a teleport drop on Dark Beast right now. That would bring him up to 14 damage. And then when he attacks me, my Retaliate will go off, dealing the 15th damage, so I get to not... The Genosha would go away, basically. I would be dealt an additional card, but I'm going to be dealt an additional card soon anyways. So I don't need to do that. So Teleport Drop would cost me 2 cards. And the Bamf, which leaves me nothing for air cover. I would really like to have air cover out, but I think it's okay if I don't. Okay, so I'm going to put the Bamf onto Dark Beast, and then I'm going to use the Teleport Drop with Kurt's Chapel and Power of Aggression to discard the Bamf and deal 8 damage to Dark Beast and stun him. However, he does have Steady, so it takes 2 stuns to get him stunned, but then once he attacks me and takes the Retaliate damage, the Genosha is going to go away, so then he will be stunned. And then I'm going to discard my air cover to use Nightcrawler's once per phase ability, Bamf. Action, spend 1 resource of any type, return a copy of Bamf from your discard pile to your hand. Limit once per phase, put that onto Dark Beast. And then Nightcrawler is going to Dort 2. I only have 2 Dort from the main scheme. And, oh, I can't do that because Magistrate has Patrol. Never mind, I'm going to attack Magistrate in that case for 2. Yeah, that's going to be the end of my turn. Drawing back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Whoops, did not mean to see that. 5 cards, and we have Target Spotter, there we go, and 2 Bamfs in my hand, not what I want to see, and a Triage. So, main scheme is going to get 1, Dark Beast is going to attack, giving it another 1. Bamf is going to be discarded, so I can defend without blocking, or without exhausting. He's attacking for 2, plus Star. After this activation resolves, place 1 Pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. That's going to build up soon. And I take no damage from this attack, but it will deal 1 damage to Dark Beast, which puts him at 15 out of 15, which will defeat Dark Beast Stage 1. And now that Dark Beast Stage 2 is out, we are going to have to reveal another settings environment and deal each player an encounter card. So let's get out the environment. Alright, so 1 to 6, 7 to 12. That's going to be a 2. Blue Area of the Moon is our new thing, and every minion gains Guard, and when he attacks, deals 1 damage to your identity, and then these are going to get shuffled into the deck, and we're going to have to deal ourselves another face-down card. So, 1 face-down card, and then Magistrate attacks me and deals me 2 damage. I'm not going to exhaust myself, and that will do Retaliate to Magistrate, defeating Magistrate. And when Magistrate is defeated, I now have to search for the Escaped Mutant and attach it to my identity, and hopefully it is this face-down card, so I don't have to deal it to myself. Is it in here? No, it's not in here. Unfortunately, it is not this face-down card. I do have to deal the Escaped Mutant to myself. So this attaches to my identity, and each Genosha minion that engages you gains Quick Strike, so hopefully this is not a Genosha minion. And yeah, I don't have Target Spotter out just yet, so I can't deal with any Quick Strike that happens. But now, it is the reveal phase of the turn, so we're going to reveal a card that is going to be off with his head. I am playing with the Crazy Gang modular encounter set that came with Nightcrawler, because I do want to play every hero that came, or I want to play every hero in a fight with the modular encounter set that came with that hero, if I can. So this, for Nightcrawler, was the Crazy Gang. When revealed, each minion activates against the player it is engaged with. If no minion activates this way, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded and reveal that minion. Don't reveal a Genosha minion. This is an Imperial Guard, not a Genosha. This has Teamwork, Imperial Guard, 2/2/4. When revealed, exhaust your identity. If you were already exhausted, resolve the special on the environment. Unfortunately, I was not exhausted, so now I do become exhausted. So I should have just defended, but that's less okay, but sure. My turn now. I definitely want to play the Target Spotter, so I won't have enough to play Glob, so let's just put out the Target Spotter out there right now. Uses 2 counters. Oh, Dark Beast should still be stunned as well, because the stun cards stay on them. And I can either play Triage and heal 2 damage from myself and have a chump blocker, or I can play 2 Bamfs. Dark Beast won't attack because they are stunned, so I think the best option right now is to play Triage. So I'm going to play Triage, discarding 2 Bamfs from my hand, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be drawing any more Bamfs. And I am exhausted, I can't do anything, but Triage can thwart the main scheme by 1. Yeah, I think thwarting the main scheme by 1 is the best option. So that's going to be the end of my turn, and we're going to draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Marrow, Air Cover, Scout Ahead, and the Power of Aggression with Combat Training. Hey, there we go. Okay. So, main scheme gets 1. Dark Beast tries to attack, but they're stunned. It goes away. Followed by Earthquake attacking me, and I think I'm just going to take this, because I can take them out next turn, using both Triage and Nightcrawler. That will defeat Earthquake. If I use my Combat Training to give myself 3 attack total, that will defeat Earthquake, yeah. So I'm going to take 2 damage to the face once again. That's okay, and then we were going to reveal a card. That card is my Drawing Nearer obligation. I despise Drawing Nearer. So, beginning of my turn, I have to discard the top of my deck and put 1 counter on here for every resource icon. Alright, well, am thinking, let's use the combat training, give myself +1 attack. Let's use Scout Ahead to pay for the air cover. Air cover comes into play with 2 tokens, and every time a minion comes into play, I can remove 1 fuel token to search my deck for a tactic upgrade that can be attached to that minion and add it to my hand. I'm going to discard Marrow to add a Bamf back into my hand, and I'm going to attach that Bamf to Dark Beast. Triage and Nightcrawler are both going to attack Earthquake, defeating Earthquake. And that will also defeat Triage. And that's going to be the end of my turn. Drawing back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, Port and Punch, but 2 Port and Punches and a Day Tripper, Clobber, meh, not a great hand. So, main scheme's gonna get 1, Dark Beast is gonna attack, I'm gonna use the Bamf to defend, but because Blue Area of the Moon is here, I am gonna take 1 damage. However, he's gonna take 1 damage back from the Retaliate, and I am blocking for 4. Anything else I want to do in terms of events? No, I have no events. So, I'm blocking for 4. He's attacking for 4, I take no damage, and then we're going to reveal a card. That card is going to be Evil Genius. When revealed, hero form Dark Beast attacks you, give him an additional boost card for this activation. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to defend to exhaust, so he gets 2 boost cards for this, and that is just a 1 boost, wow. Okay, so I still take no damage, great. However, he did attack, so Blue Area of the Moon is going to give me 1 more damage. I'm at 6 out of 10, I only have 10 HP. That was the revealed card, so now it is my turn. It is my turn, so Drawing Nearer is going to activate, discarding the top of my deck. I wanted that aggressive conditioning, but that's going to be the 3rd counter on Pursued by the Past, and can I flip over now, or... I don't have my event that allows me to flip over for free, but can I flip over in theory? If Nightcrawler is exhausted, so I can't heal, unfortunately. However, I can use a Scout Ahead to remove 3. I could use the Prehensile Tail to pay for Scout Ahead. I could use Clobber and a Port and Punch to pay for Day Tripper. And then that would attach a Bamf to an enemy, and I can deal 1 damage to each enemy with a Bamf attached. That leaves me with 1 card in my hand, which won't be used for anything. But I can discard an identity-specific card from my hand to discard this card as an alter ego action. That's right, that's why I want to flip over. So yes, I do think I can flip over. How many Bamfs are in my graveyard? Unfortunately, all 3 are in my graveyard, so I won't be able to find a Bamf as Kurt Wagner, but that's okay. I'm going to flip over to Alter Ego. No, before that, I need to do my Thwart event. So I'm going to use my Prehensile Tail to pay for Scout Ahead, remove 3 threats from a scheme. I can discard a copy of Bamf from my hand to remove 3 threats from another scheme, but I don't have that. So let's remove 3 from here, brings it down to 3. Then I can turn over and I can use 2 Clobber and a Port and Punch for Day Tripper. Day Tripper comes into play, and I can search my deck and discard pile for a copy of Bamf and attach it to an enemy and deal 1 damage to every enemy with a Bamf attached. So this is going to give Dark Beast a Bamf. He's going to take 1 damage from Day Tripper, and I'm going to discard my Port and Punch to discard the Drawing Nearer to hopefully stave off the Pursued by the Past. I can't... Oh, Alter Ego action, resolve the special ability on the settings environment to discard this card. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Let's take 1 damage and discard the Escape Mutants as well. Might as well. So Day Tripper is here, and I'm going to have Day Tripper thwart 2 from the main scheme, and hopefully that will be enough to make it so I don't lose. So that's going to be the end of my turn, and we're going to draw back up to 6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 card left in my deck, just enough so that I don't get a face-down card. That's... Well, there's my Port Away. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I could discard the top of my deck somehow, or draw this card somehow, so that my deck would be shuffled, and then at the beginning of my turn, I could then search for a Bamf and put it into my hand, but I can't think of a way. So, main scheme's going to get 1, and then Dark Beast is going to scheme. He's scheming for 2 plus 2. That's going to be 4 on the main scheme, bringing it up to 6, and please do not be a scheme when you reveal high-tech goggles. Attach the Dark Beast, hero action, exhaust your hero, and resolve the special ability on the settings environment to discard this card. Cool. I, in that case, can do stuff. I guess I should recover, yeah. Let's exhaust myself to recover for 3, and then flip over, I guess, and discard a card to get a Bamf. Oh, no, I don't need to discard a card to get a Bamf, because he already has the Bamf. Yeah, he already has a Bamf, so I can use my Prehensile Tail and a Genius to pay for Take That. Hero action attack deals 7 damage to an enemy with an upgrade attached. I don't think this is a good card, but it is thematic-ish, I guess, and we are trying to rush him down. So yeah, let's deal 7 damage to Dark Beast. So he does not have Retaliate, yeah. So he's up to 9 damage out of 18. 9 more damage and he will be defeated. I kind of want to keep the Port Away in my hand so that I can play it next turn. So I guess I'll use my Suppressing Fire for another target spotter. And then what do I want to do with the Strength? I think I'm just going to keep the Strength in my hand as well. Try to get something big to play next turn. Yeah. So I think that's just going to be the end of my turn. Gonna discard that. And now we're going to draw our 5 cards, sorry. That's going to be Beak, and then my deck is empty, so I have to deal myself a face down card and shuffle my deck. You know what's interesting in this situation is that I'm actually safe from thwarting out, because the Dark Beast activation thing, what is it called? Evil Genius? This only activates in Alter Ego mode, and then the Scheming card puts a token on Pursued by the Past. And then if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes. But the villain won't be able to scheme that way, because that's just going to activate my Nemesis stuff instead. So that's an interesting thought, isn't it? The fact that I'm actually safe from losing to scheme at this particular moment. Alright. Drawing back 2 more cards. Tally-ho and a Clobber. Like to see that. So, main scheme's going to get 1, and then Dark Beast is going to attack. I'm going to use a Bamf, and I'm going to use my tail to bring it back into my hand using Tally-ho. After Bamf makes Nightcrawler the defender of an attack, return that copy of Bamf to your hand, deal 3 damage to the attacking enemy, so he's going to be up to 12 damage. He is attacking, however, so I do take 1 damage automatically from the blue arrow of the moon, and he's attacking for 2 plus 2, 4 versus my 4 defense. I take no damage from this. Followed by dealing a face down card, and the first face down card is going to be Queen of Hearts. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Crazy Gang Side Scheme. I believe that was really early on. Yeah, this is the Crazy Gang. And reveal it. If it was already in play, deal yourself a face down encounter card. Shuffle. Crazy Gang has force response. After a non-elite minion schemes against a player, deal that minion to the player as a face down encounter card. After a non-elite minion schemes against a player, deal that. Okay, then if there is more than 1 player in the game, pass that face down encounter card to the next player, and this has an acceleration icon, comes into play with 2 per person, which is really, really low. Like, this is automatically going to be thwarted out. Or, yeah, thwarted out. What is the implication here, though? So if the minion schemes, so if you turn over into Alter Ego and the minion schemes, then they become a face down encounter card, and then you pass it on to the next player. So you're making it another player's problem. Oh, wow, yeah. That's actually a crazy effect. You're making it someone else's problem by going into Alter Ego mode and scheming. Because if they have a when revealed effect, or if they have Quick Strike, or... Well, no, those are the 2 things. When they have a when revealed effect, or if they have Quick Strike, you, like, screw over another player. Wow, that's interesting. That's a fun effect. Okay. And then the second face down card is going to be Magistrate. Patrol when defeated the defeating player who... The defeating player finds Escaped Mutant and attaches it to their identity, and unfortunately, Blue Arrow of the Moon gives each minion guard, so I can't attack Dark Beast. I can't attack Dark Beast. Oh, I am going to use an air cover. Yes, I'm going to use an air cover twice when they both come into play. I completely forgot about this. I get to search my deck and discard pile for a tactic upgrade that can be attached to that minion and added to my hand. So I'm going to search for 2 copies of Suppressing Fire. Oh, wait, is Bamf a... No, it is not a tactic, unfortunately. I can't search for a Bamf. But I can search for 2 Suppressing Fires, because this does not say once per phase. Yeah, this is just after a minion enters play, I can remove a fuel counter. Okay, so I have 2 Suppressing Fires in my hand, and a Bamf, and Beak, Strength, Port Away, Clobber. What do I want to do? I do need to defeat both of these minions. Clobber will deal 3 damage, so I guess I might as well start with the Strength to play for Clobber. Clobber will come back into my hand, as it was the first card I played this turn, dealing 3 damage to Magistrate, which will find the Escaped Mutants and give it back to me. Yeah, attaches Escaped Mutants to my identity. Oh, before that, I'm going to put the Suppressing... Oh, but then that won't... If I play the Suppressing Fire, the Clobber won't come back into my hand. I think it's worth it. So the Clobber doesn't come back into my hand because I played the Suppressing Fire first and then used the Clobber to defeat him. So I'm going to heal 2 damage. I'm going to play a Suppressing Fire on the Queen of Hearts. I'm going to put a Bamf on Dark Beast. What does Queen of Hearts have? 4 HP? I could defeat the Queen of Hearts. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to discard Beak from my hand to... Oh, there is no Bamf in my graveyard. I can't actually do that. No, wait, this works out. Okay, I'm not going to put the Bamf onto Dark Beast. I am going to use Port Away, discard a copy of Bamf from my hand to change forms and ready my identity after I use Nightcrawler to attack Queen of Hearts. So that is going to deal 2 damage to the Queen of Hearts. Then I'm going to use the Bamf and Port Away to change forms and ready my identity, so I am now readied as Kurt Wagner. Followed by that, I'm going to use Kurt Wagner's ability to search my deck for a copy of Bamf and add it to my hand. And since I didn't manually turn over, I can now flip Kurt Wagner back to Nightcrawler and use Nightcrawler to attack Queen of Hearts, who only has 4 HP. I'm going to deal 2 more damage to her, which will defeat the Queen of Hearts, which will activate Suppressing Fire, healing my hero for 2. So I'm back down to 1 damage. Now I can put this Bamf onto Dark Beast, and Beak is just going to stay in my hand, I guess. Yeah, I'm okay with Beak staying in my hand. Oh, Day Tripper is also going to thwart the Crazy Gang, which will defeat Day Tripper, but that's okay, I don't want that Crazy Gang out there. So Crazy Gang is now going to be gone, and I just have to deal with the escaped mutants. Alright, if you don't mind me taking this back slightly, back when I was in Kurt Wagner mode, I completely forgot about this, I am going to activate the Blue Area of the Moon to deal myself 1 damage, so I'm at 2 damage to get rid of the escaped mutant, and do all that stuff. Okay, okay. Oh wow, main scheme's at 7. Yikes. Alright, well that's going to be the end of my turn. I'm going to keep Beak in my hand, because I feel like I probably should play Beak and thwart the main scheme, because it is now at 8. And then let's draw back our hand size of 5 before I forget. Dark Beast is going to attack. I'm going to use the Bamf. Do I have nothing? So Bamf is going to activate, which will deal me 1 more damage. And he's attacking for 2 plus 1. I take no damage from this. Followed by a face down card of Sinister Strike. Place 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. And that will activate Pursued by the Past. Bringing out my Nemesis minion, Azazel, and my Nemesis side scheme, Brimstone Dimension, and these 3 cards are going to get shuffled into the encounter deck. Now, what's interesting is that he has Quick Strike, and this was not during the flip-up phase. Oh wait, no, this was during the flip-up phase. This is the flip-up phase. Azazel does have Quick Strike, so he would attack me, but I'm going to use a target spotter to make it so he can't attack, he can't activate for the rest of the round. And he also cannot have upgrades attached. He is a 2/3. Brimstone Dimension comes into play with 5 counters, which is absolutely brutal, and it gives you +1 card every round, which is again absolutely brutal. And when you defeat it, the player who defeated this scheme finds Azazel and deals it to themselves as a face down encounter card. So then Azazel would go flip down, heal up basically, and then attack you again with the Quick Strike. Very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. And he has guard, so I can't just attack Dark Beast and go for the win. Because I do have enough damage to just attack Dark Beast and go for the win. So how am I going to get rid of him? I only have 2 attack. No, I have 3 attack. I have Combat Training and Kurt's Cutlasses, so that gives me 3 attack. So I can exhaust myself to do 3 damage to Azazel, which will defeat Azazel. I can discard Kurt's Chapel to find a Bamf in my graveyard, attach it to Dark Beast, and then use my tail. And oh wow, I have not been doing my retaliate damage. But I'm going to use my tail, Air Cover, and Glob to play Take That, deal 7 damage to an enemy with an attachment attached. That's going to bring Dark Beast up to 19 damage, and he only has 18 HP, so he is defeated. Okay, cool. I am fairly certain that I did that correctly, and I didn't even come relatively close to dying either, yeah. I think that Aggression Nightcrawler is just probably better than Protection Nightcrawler, because you can just... you're free to attack. You don't take damage. You're just free to attack. It's great. Get some target spotters out there to deal with the Quick Strike stuff. Yeah, I think Aggression Nightcrawler is just better. I mean, to be fair, I haven't played Nightcrawler in Protection against anyone other than Dark Beast, but the games that I did play with Dark Beast, they were kind of brutal. They were really, really brutal. Like, even... oh, man. Like, I can't believe the Protection guy, I think he feels worse to play than She-Hulk in Protection, which is a wild thing to say. It's an absolutely wild thing to say. I know that She-Hulk is not popular, like, at all. People don't like playing She-Hulk. I kind of like playing She-Hulk, especially in protection. She's pretty fun. But I have finally defeated Dark Beast properly, as far as I know. When I check the footage, if I did something wrong, I'm going to be very upset, but I'm still going to count this as a win. I'm done with this. I'm done with this matchup. This matchup is over. Nightcrawler won, and that is officially how this works out. Nightcrawler has beaten Dark Beast, and we can move on. So what am I going to do with the next video? I guess I want to... If we're going through all the heroes that came with Nemesis sets, or not Nemesis sets, modular encounter sets, the next and last one would be Magneto. Magneto came with something in Decadence. I think it was Power in Decadence. That looked kind of scary, not gonna lie. So I don't know who Magneto is gonna be playing against, and I don't know what aspect either, because Magneto is so like, well, he covers everything really, really well. So I'm not sure which aspect I should be using for Magneto. It's probably, oh man. When is the last time I played Justice? I've played Leadership a lot recently. I've played Protection. I've played Aggression. It's been a while since I played Justice. I might... Oh no, Jubilee. I don't count Jubilee. Jubilee doesn't count. Yeah, I might go Justice Magneto in that case, just to get some more Justice stuff going on. Let's give that a go. As for the villain, not sure yet. I'll figure it out. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.